School of Management Studies IGNOU presents an audiobook on the course MMPC 003 Business Environment for MBA program. Presenting Block 1 Introduction to Business Environment, Unit 3 Socio-Cultural and Politico-Legal Environment, Part 1. After completing this unit, you should be able to describe the social and cultural environment, identify the elements of socio-cultural environment, analyze the recent changes in socio-cultural environment, describe the political and legal environment, identify the elements of politico-legal environment, and understand the recent changes in politico-legal environment. Introduction. Every economy has certain kind of environmental surroundings within which every organization functions. This environment is termed as the business environment. This environment exists for each and every organization, whether commercial or non-commercial. There are several factors which constitute the business environment. These factors are social, economic, technological, cultural, political, legal, and environmental factors. This unit deals with the socio-cultural and politico-legal environment and the different elements influencing these environments. The business environment is not stagnant and keeps evolving. Therefore, it is important to monitor the changing events in the environment on a continuous basis. The unit discusses the impact of these environments on business and economy, along with the present changes affecting the social, cultural, political, and legal environment. Social environment. Businesses operate in a society, and thus their continuous interaction with the society is natural. Businesses require the support from the society in terms of manpower, capital, facilities, etc. While the businesses owe to fulfill their obligations back to the society as they have a social purpose. This in turn enables them fulfill their responsibility and obligations towards the society as per their accepted levels of social commitment. This becomes an integral part of operating the business for a businessman, and thus the understanding of the social environment of business becomes imperative. Social environment is one of the elements of macro environment of the business. Social environment comprises of social institutions, relationships, beliefs, and social structure of the society. In terms of business, social environment of an organization includes the social values of the workforce along with the society within which the organization functions. It consists of all the beliefs, customs, and practices followed in the society. A business operating within the parameters of a society has to deal with the distinctive values and customs which formulate the factors of social environment affecting a business organization. In case of a country like India, with diverse cultural backgrounds, the social environment becomes more complex. The social factors are usually influenced by family, friends, co-workers, and even the social media. Proliferation of social media influence in present-day modern life has increased the perimeter of social environment. Elements of social environment. Let us identify the various critical elements of social environment and the reciprocal relationship between the business and the society. Social problems, prospects, social institutions and systems along with their social values and attitudes. First is social problems, prospects, social institutions and systems along with their social values and attitudes. Second is education and culture and their impact on social groups and activities. And third is socio-economic order and corresponding role and responsibilities of the government. Though this list is suggestive and not exhaustive, but it enables you to identify the socio-cultural environment of business. Let us now discuss the different elements of the social environment. Number 1. Attitudes and beliefs. Attitudes are the perception which people have towards certain situations or commodities. Attitudes are primarily formed on the values and beliefs of a person. Consumer attitudes towards a product or service can influence the demand and supply of that particular product or service. For example, favorable attitude towards a low-sugar diet has led to increased demand for sugar-free products in the market. This shows that the attitudes and beliefs of people have an impact on the social environment. Second is social class. Each society has a certain extent of social and economic inequality. Social inequality deals with the discrimination based on caste in a society. The caste system in India resulted in social differentiation and has created a difference in the number of opportunities available to people. In other words, social class signified the social status of an individual. Consumer choices differ on the basis of their social status. Another way of class distribution is based on the wealth and income of the individuals and are divided into lower class, lower middle class, upper middle class, and upper class. The lower class is considered to have the least earning and upper class is considered to have the most earnings amongst all. These income groups often coincide with the social status of an individual. For instance, people belonging to higher income group usually have a higher social status and vice versa. Third is lifestyle. Adopted lifestyle is another element which affects the attitude and behavior of the people. Lifestyle is fundamentally concerned with how the people live and spend their money. The lifestyle pattern has changed in the recent times. People are opting for more simplified and natural ways of life. The awareness towards sustainable practices has changed the way of life. With the pandemic, this practice has become all the more prevalent. Number 4 is preferences. Preferences are the personal taste of individuals about a product or service. These preferences are directed by other social elements such as friends, neighbors, family, education, and income. The preferences change with time. This is correlated with the change in the income status, thereby the shift in the lifestyle of people. If we go back few decades, back then TV was considered to be a luxury and now it is considered to be a necessity. The preferences result in a dynamic shift for a social environment. Number 5 is social communities. Social communities include the circle of friends and co-workers. The need of social belongingness compels an individual to adhere to practices followed amongst the community members. In many cases, people decide upon purchasing a product based on the reviews of his or her social circle. The social community in which the individual lives has a great impact on his or her decisions, be it the buying behavior, lifestyle status, education, etc. Number 6 is social institutions. Social institutions refer to social structures in a society under which an individual assumes certain roles for the fulfillment of social needs. People under these social institutions are required to follow certain norms and beliefs. There are 5 kinds of social institutions, namely family, economics, religion, education, and government. They are referred to as primary institutions, which are further divided into secondary level institutions. Family gives rise to secondary institution as marriage and divorce. Hierarchical structure of a family affects an individual's choice of goods and services. Further, secondary institutions of economics are property, trading, credit banking, etc. The secondary institutions also consider temples, churches, mosques, etc. on the basis of religion. Number 7 is education and culture. Education and culture is another important element of social environment. You also would agree to the statement that the percolation of education has gained foothold, and this may be attributed to the increasingly positive attitude towards education, especially from the rural areas. Age-old education made way to technical or skill-based education and then to the structured business education. All were poised to increase the employment opportunities, aiming at increased manpower utilization arising from a meaningful industry interaction. And number 8 is role of government. Yet another important contributory element is the government and its role as a welfare state. It is an apex social institution and carries much importance in a democratic setup where it is assumed to be maintaining social order and harmony in the society. Business organizations and government plays a complementary role. In pursuit of performance-driven cultures, organizations strive to bring in social cohesion. So terms like consumerism, trade unionism, the cooperative movement, professional management, and shareholders association, etc. become the associated keyword for the social business environment. Cultural environment. Culture is a range of human actions which are socially transmittable. Culture can be explained as a complex combination of morals, customs, law, art, beliefs, knowledge and habits acquired by an individual member of a society. Culture is embedded in the way of life. In other words, culture is a product of social interaction among humans and determines the human behavior. Cultural environment is concerned with the culture within which the organization operates and includes the culture of its target market and the workforce. Elements of cultural environment. Cultural environment contains a number of important elements. They are: number 1, knowledge and beliefs. Knowledge and beliefs deal with the pre-existing concepts and philosophies possessed by an individual about his or her surrounding reality. They consist of myths, philosophical thoughts, abstract concepts, as well as scientific facts. It is often witnessed that people belonging to a specific culture have set beliefs about a particular thing apart from those permissible within that culture, and this may result in not accepting the other viewpoint. Number 2 is religion. Religion is an important element of cultural environment. People belonging to different religions have different religious principles, beliefs, thoughts, customs, rituals, and traditions. A business organization should take into consideration every aspect of religious sentiments while marketing their products. Number 3 is language. India has a vast number of languages and dialects, out of which 22 are officially recognized languages as per the Government of India. Apart from these officially recognized languages, there are regional languages which are spoken within communities only. Variances in the language can be a major concern for business organization. Different words have different meanings in different languages. This can be extremely crucial before deciding upon a brand name in foreign country. Beyond words, non-verbal communications can also create issues for an organization. Body language, such as gesture and posture, has different meanings across different cultures. A same symbol may have different interpretation in different nations or different regions of a country. Verbal or non-verbal language both have an impact on the overall cultural environment. Number 4 is ethnicity. Ethnicity refers to the fact of belonging to a particular cultural tradition. An ethnic group's domination in an area can influence the decisions and strategies of the local businesses operating in that area. Such domination can also influence the choice of trade opportunities. In case of international markets, ethnicity plays a bigger role. For example, Indian citizens belonging to different cultures within the country belong to a single national ethnicity and are referred to as Indians. Number 5. Evaluation of socio-cultural environment. Socio-cultural elements are one of the most important factors of the business environment, which can influence the managerial decision-making process and strategic goals of a business organization. Business organizations do not exist in a vacuum. Each and every firm in the industry is surrounded by an environment. Changes in the factors of social and cultural environment can have an effect on the commercial activities across the nations. In other words, shifts in the social and cultural elements of the environment can lead to fluctuations in the demand and supply of an economy. In order to survive in the market, a business organization needs to adapt to the shifts of socio-cultural environment. The earlier concept of business was limited to profit making. However, in recent times, business is seen as a societal institution working for the betterment of society. Business organizations are considered to be an integral part of the social systems. These businesses have the capacity to influence the lifestyles of their consumers and the way society works. Likewise, preferences and attitudes of the people can also influence the business strategies. For example, rising health concerns amongst individuals has resulted in option for a healthy diet. This has forced the organizations to be more cautious about the quality and choice of the ingredients they use in their products. Change in income and education level leads to fluctuations in demand for products and service. A rise in income level led to increased demand for high-end products. For instance, people earning more generally prefer to buy more expensive range of FMCG products as compared to low-price brands. Cultural dynamics also affects the functioning of the business organizations internally as well as externally. Culture affects many things in an organization such as pace of business, decision-making and negotiations, employee management, risk-taking capacity, and sales and marketing. Culture is responsible for developing trust amongst employer and employees as well as between organization and its consumers. For example, in India, one of the food and beverages company has to customize its menu as per the customs and traditions of the consumers. A prime example of effect of socio-cultural environment of business can be seen in the promotional campaigns during festive seasons. The campaigns show families celebrating festivals together as a part of their cultural traditions and how the product or service fit into their traditions. Current scenario of socio-cultural environment. Change in fashion trends. Fashion trends changes every few years. What might be popular 10 years ago might not be popular today. Social media influence has rapidly increased the pace of changes in trends. Such changes lead to shift in consumer preferences and attitudes. For instance, clothing brands has to be aware of most recent fashion trends while launching new collection. Another example of this can be change in advertising patterns. Television and print media were considered to be the most popular method of promoting products in the past decade. However, with the rise in users of smartphones and social networking sites, advertising through social media has been a new rage in the field of marketing. Social issues. Socio-cultural elements not only impact the business strategies of an organization but also affect the internal policies of the organization. Raising concern around gender issues has forced organizations to incorporate equal policies and practices for male and female employees. For instance, flexibility in gender roles among husband and wife has led to creation of policies for paternity leave alongside maternity leave. Further awareness about gender sensitivity has led to change in attitudes towards workplace harassment and gender discrimination. Another instance of such cultural changes is non-resistance towards racial discrimination at workplace. Population. Rise in population in India has resulted in the constant need of urbanization. About 1/3 of the population in India lives in urban areas. India has seen a constant rise in the number of urban population. Rapid growth and urbanization strengthen the need for urban infrastructure such as transportation, hospitals, schools, sanitation facilities, and power supply. A major concern behind the rise in urbanization is migration of population due to industrialization. Moreover, India has major portion of working age population or young population. This construct has created a labor class at cheap rates. Besides, this young population has created demands for digitized economy. Urban working professionals are more interested in digital banking and saving options. Multidiversity. In present times, a majority of the organizations have a mixed culture workforce, especially in case of multinational organizations. India is a multidiversity nation with mixed culture race. In order to deal with people from different cultures, one must be careful about their business practices, communication style, and management style, as they might vary among different cultures. For targeting a consumer segment from other culture, an organization must keep aside preconceived notions and put in efforts to learn about them. You were listening to the audiobook by the School of Management Studies IGNOU for MBA program. Course code MMPC 002 Human Resource Management. Course Coordinator Professor Nayantara Padhi from School of Management Studies IGNOU. Voiceover by Harpreet Kaur. Edited by Ruchi Sharma. Program assisted by Tarannum Jahan. Program produced by Dr. Manoj Kumar Singh. This program was brought to you by Electronic Media Production Center of Indira Gandhi National Open University.